Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Faymonville Approach. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Desert Fox Rommel, woo, playing as the US forces in the blue. And his opponent in the red is going to be Vesat Eiwalter, playing as the Osttruppen or Wehrmacht faction in the aforementioned red. So while the game gets underway and the Osttruppen flood the field apparently, we are going to remind you, everybody, that I'm gone for the next week. So no videos next week. I am out of town and I do not have a chance to make any videos to make up for it. So sorry for the hiatus there, but should be back 1 week after that in full swing. But yeah, sorry. That's all she wrote for right now. And yeah, no videos. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do right now the video for the giveaway to have it come up on Monday. But yeah, other than that, there's not gonna be any content next week. So just keep that in mind. I am not dead. I'm just out of town. So let's take a look at the game and what's been going on. For now, we see Mr. Fox Rommel going for the rifle company, calling in some veteran rifles after building 2 rifles himself. And we see Eiwalter going for the Osttruppen Doctrine and calling in 4 Osttruppen squads to start off with. No tech back at base, I would assume. We have some skirmishes in the center, nothing major happening really. The Osttruppen moving around, the rifles moving into other positions, and we have these rifles up in the center, taking cover by the truck, heavy cover to heavy cover with the Osttruppen, some Pyos inside the house adding some damage, but now coming up another Osttruppen squad behind them, and that will win them the engagement relatively easily. Behind that, we do have the rear echelon squad capturing territory and able to provide some support, so the lead Osttruppen squad will, you know, suffer in that instance, but considering there are more squads coming up behind them, 2 more Osttruppens behind that squad, the rifles and the rear echelon squads are not going to be able to win this engagement. So we shall see how many losses Fox Rommel takes here, but yeah, like definitely he's not going to win. Osttruppens move themselves into position to flank, denying that cover, and also capturing the point at the same time. Rifle squad holding strong by the trucker, well, not truck, tractor there, in the heavy cover, down to 2 men, being forced to retreat. Another rifle squad getting brought up into the engagement from the side in the heavy cover of the wall, managing to inflict a significant amount of damage to that Osttruppen squad, down to 2 men, forces the retreat. The other squad will stay there in the engagement, but will lose overall. Probably going to be able to capture the point in the meantime, though. Veteran rifle squad does pop itself inside the center house and is engaging the other 2 Osttruppen squad, forcing them to move out of the way as they will not win that engagement. And we see more veteran squads getting called in for Fox Rommel as he just tries to stop the onslaught of Osttruppen. So far, Eiwalter has gotten himself 6 Osttruppen squads onto the field. That is a very, very heavy investment to Osttruppens, but, I mean, you can see the effect that they're having right now. This Osttruppen squad in the lead, down to 1 man. Barely holds on there as the rifle squad is forced to retreat down to 2 men as more Osttruppen squads were on top of it. The other 2 ones down to 4 themselves, but they are still strong. Up in the north, rifle squad capturing without any opposition. Rifles moving to the center. Veteran rifle squad hold up inside the house, fighting against the Osttruppen, who are currently in the heavy cover there. So the engagements will not be bloody, they will just be prolonged, and it's going to take a while to whittle through all those Osttruppen. But so far, both players managing to keep their squads alive. Wouldn't say intact, considering that 1-man Osttruppen squad, but you know, they're all still alive, nobody losing any squads at this point, which, you know, it's not necessary, so it'll be fine. Osttruppen on the far right hand side going for the victory point, going to be capturing it while in the heavy cover. Rifles capturing the fuel, going to be moving straight on top of them. These are of course veteran rifles, so they are, you know, they're pretty good, they know what they're doing. But at veteran C1, I mean, they only get the anti-tank rifle grenade, so they don't actually get any buff, not that I can tell, but anyway, so up and close and personal, the rifles are taking quite a beating here to the Osttruppen. However, as the Osttruppen fall, their firepower goes down significantly, and they're now unable to really do much against the rifle squad. 2-on-1 here, this Osttruppen squad will go down, and Eiwalter loses his first squad as the rifle squad is able to stop the cap and eliminate a squad for themselves. Center map, we do have the rear echelon squad engaging against another Osttruppen squad. We'll see who wins there, but the rifles up in the north quickly need to retreat down to 1 man as another Osttruppen squad moves in its direction and manages to pick up another one, force the retreat. So the rear echelon squad down to 2 men. It's going to lose against the Osttruppen. The Osttruppen still 6-man strong. They're now fighting house to house, which is actually better for the rear echelon squad, since there's not really a lot of windows shooting in this direction. There's only one Osttruppen shooting back, while the rear echelons are actually able to shoot 2 at a time. Does anybody else shoot from this house? No, it doesn't look like. Yeah, that guy isn't shooting, so yeah. Both rear echelons are actually able to shoot back at the one guy there, so it's actually better for them, but... Well, considering that there's an Osttruppen squad coming up behind him to flank, I mean, it's not really going to be much of a difference. More rifles moving in that direction, going to be trying to stop the Osttruppens from capping. They won't be able to stop the cap, but they will be able to win the engagement, I would assume. As more Osttruppens are just all over the place. They pop out of the house, getting right in front of it, managing to inflict a lot of damage to the rear echelon squad. Osttruppen getting focused down here on the right-hand side, down to 2 men, forced to retreat. They do manage to decap the fuel point, however, though, down to 1 man on the retreat, but it makes it out of there. Osttruppen squad pops inside the house. Again, not a good angle for it to be inside of a house here, so considering there's only one window for it to shoot back, the rifles won't take any damage, while the 1 man sitting there is just going to take the brunt of the damage, and the squad will quickly die. That house is really more intended for an MG team. Or maybe a packet warfare, but still, not an actual squad. Left-hand side, we see a rifle squad retreating as we have Osttruppen all over the place, and a pilot squad with flamethrowers equipped. We do have the captain on the field for Desert Fox Rommel. Now, the captain isn't exactly great against infantry, but considering it's only Osttruppen, that Thompson submachine gun can actually do quite a bit of damage at close range. However, I'm assuming, though, he's probably going that route more intended on getting something heavier, maybe like the Steward. Sorry, fighting that way. Steward has a pretty fun time killing Osttruppen all over the place. They're pretty easy to hit, so maybe. We'll see what he ends up going for. Back at base, though, we do see Vesat going for the battle phase 1. Oh, holy shit. He actually did go tier 1. Why did he go tier 1? I guess. No? Huh.
We can now build light mechanized infantry.
Okay. So, Vesat decided to go for tier 1. Hasn't actually gotten anything from tier 1. Only now escalating the battle phase, and we'll maybe be getting tier 2. But yeah, usually when you see Osttruppen being built, especially in these numbers, you see a switch to tier 2, you know. You sacrifice your tier 1 because you're able to just simply skip tech instead of having to get grenadiers. Especially nowadays, since you can get your MG from the HQ, which he's actually getting right now. So I don't actually understand why he went for the bunker. I mean, not the bunker, the... You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, rear echelon squad over here on the right-hand side, barely managing to keep itself alive, popping out of the house as Osttruppen moving in a lot of numbers, getting on top of them. Flamethrowers are getting equipped on the rifles, which will help out against the Osttruppen. However, I feel that bars would probably be better. But who knows? We'll see how it performs, I suppose. So Rifle Squad is getting swarmed here by the Osttruppen, managing to pick up some kills on their way, but forced to retreat down to 3 men. Rifles with their flamethrowers trying to harass the Osttruppen, forcing them to move out of the way, but not getting too many kills. Far left-hand side, an Osttruppen squad capturing that little island there that nobody actually sees. Usually it just gets capped once and nobody bothers it. It's similar to this one over here. This one actually sees a little bit more action, because it's right next to the victory point, whereas this other one is actually kind of far away from it, so it's easier for the player on the north to just cap it, whereas the player from the south, it's kind of far away for him to go for it. So anyways, Flamethrower doing a lot of work here against the Osttruppen. Osttruppen squad down to 3 men, forced to retreat. MG42 brought onto the field, going to be trying to stop the rifle squad. They do manage to move themselves out of the arc of fire, so they are quite fine. Right-hand side, Osttruppen moving around. Flamethrowers continue to go off as the rifles inside the house are hold up inside the house. And we do see the Steward now in play for Desert Fox Rommel, as I assumed he would. He also got himself a pack howitzer, which will help out quite a bit against the Osttruppen. It's a lot of easy pickings. Shots flying, Osttruppen getting suppressed, but none of them actually getting hit. This Osttruppen squad forced to retreat. Second shot flies. The Osttruppen move out of the way just in time before the shot lands, and the Osttruppen squad is still there, but now the Steward has a target in front of it and is able to do quite a bit. Pack howitzer, a nicely placed shot there, as it was actually going to hit the Osttruppen where they stood. However, they move out of the way because, well, they're not a fixed unit, so they can do a lot. Rifles with their flamethrowers trying to do a lot of work against the Osttruppen squad. Down to 2 men, forced to retreat. The Osttruppen squad as well. Down south, Pyos capping. Far on the left, we do have the captain hold up inside this house. Interesting decision, but it is a big house, and there's a lot of windows to shoot from. I suppose there's only 2 in this direction, but, you know, still works. And, how about the far right? Ooh, the rear echelon squad may actually meet its doom here. 4 Osttruppen squads together, unable to actually nail anything. That's unfortunate. And back at base, still no additional tech. What is the Vesat actually trying to do? I wonder if he intended to build tier 1. I don't know. Well, anyways, Captain over on the left-hand side, popping out to capture that victory point. Pyos squad just sitting there trying to burn it out of out of where it is, but the Captain leads the charge with his Thompson submachine gun, getting up close and personal, doing a lot of damage to the Pyos and forcing their retreat as they make it out of there. Behind it, we do have a rifle squad with flamethrowers. Pack howitzer taking some shots into the house, getting some good hits in there, getting some suppressions going on some of the Osttruppen squad, and the steward getting some shots at range. They're pretty clumped up. A goodly? Yes, that's exactly what I said. A goodly placed shot could do a lot of damage. Osttruppen squad in the center going to be capturing the victory point. It's very clumped up here. The steward could actually kill it almost in one shot. That one guy might actually live, but well, the Osttruppen is a little bit distracted with the guys over on the right-hand side as the line of sight gets broken here from the squad capturing the point. Steward now sees it again, taking some shots, but unfortunately they are impacting on the terrain, hitting the wall in front of it, and the Osttruppen are actually able to stay alive. Left-hand side, Captain capturing, rifles sitting there behind, having captured and not moving. And the rifles in the center forced to retreat as the Osttruppen are too many, and well, they are only 1. Pack howitzer continues to take some shots into the north. Not sure where it's landing. Oh, it's over here on the shack. Osttruppen squad forced to retreat by the steward and the rifles. Behind it we have yet another rifle squad with flamethrowers. We also have an ambulance now on the field for Desert Fox Rommel, getting his troops healed up and back in full working order. Osttruppen straight through the center. Steward in potential range to hit it. Steward's so cool. The Osttruppen moving forward, potentially trying to get a Faust going, but unable to do so. Left-hand side, rifles and Captain forced to, well, not really forced to retreat, but they do retreat. We do have a lot of Osttruppen and Pyos and even the MG moving in that direction. So one of them may have actually gotten suppressed, so that maybe that's why they retreated. Rifles going to be moving straight into the center house. Nothing nearby for it to shoot. Rifles moving up to the north as the Osttruppen squad is caught there by the outhouse. Steward taking a shot. Misses. Have you actually done anything? Well, it's got an 8 kills. Okay, so never mind. It doesn't feel like it's done a lot, but I guess I haven't actually seen it. And I suppose it's only been like 1 here, 1 there, and, you know, spread out, not big, massive hits. So the pack howitzer turns itself to the left-hand side, gonna be shooting. I mean, not really at anything. It doesn't have that much range, so I suppose the Pyos were nearby and maybe it could shoot at those. Osttruppen on the far left-hand side capping. More Osttruppen capping as MG42s covers it from behind. The victory point is still in possession for Fox Rommel, and we see Vesat being bled down to 390, while Desert Fox Rommel is at 385. So pretty even. Almost dead even, basically. But right now we see Fox Rommel controlling all 3 points. The point on the left-hand side will be decapped, but, you know, for a little bit of time, he has himself a triple cap going, so that's going to put those points in his favor for a little while. Pack gun now on the field for Vesat, and he manages to get a good shot there on the Steward. Steward loses its main gun, moves out of the way, and the crew pops out to repair. A little bit of a risky move there, leaving it there. I mean, you could easily just move back into the base and heal, but doesn't seem like there's any threat nearby, although Osttruppen are moving nearby. They could Faust it and kill it. But they're repairing quick, and they should be able to get it done before that. But a very risky maneuver doing it that close by. So rifles in the center trying to stop the approaching infantry, getting flamethrowered by the Pyos and getting just run past by the Osttruppen. Vehicle crew trying to repair that steward very quickly as we have these Osttruppen in the front. We do have an AT gun on the field for Fox Rommel, just anticipating any type of vehicle play. which you would usually expect by an Osttruppen spamming player or strategy, because, well, I mean, that's kind of what you're doing. You're spending only your manpower doing that so that you can utilize your field attack, right? But Vesat so far not really interested in teching. He has 262 fuel, and that's about it. So the Steward doing some support fire against those Osttruppen. Flamethrowers going off, getting some more kills, but the Osttruppen manages to make it out of there. Pack gun getting another good shot there on the Steward. Can he get another shot? No, manages to move out of the way, and the Steward is still alive. Rifles capturing that fuel point on the right-hand side, left-hand side. Rifles now fighting Panzer Grenadiers, as Vesat finally goes for the natural transition from the Osttruppen, which is weird that he's doing it until the 16-minute mark, but there you go. And center map, MG42 setting up, going to be spotting those rear echelons, and they're going to be quickly forced to get the hell out of the way. Osttruppen squad moving over to the right-hand side, recovering the pack gun, as it looks like the pack howitzer may have cleared that out. Or something else, I'm not sure why. I mean, what? But considering the hits that it looks like it might have been the pack howitzer. So the rear echelon squad in the center forced to retreat as the MG42 catches it. Shots flying from that pack howitzer, which is not hitting anything. Left-hand side, Captain going to be engaging against the Panzer Grenadiers. Captain does have that SMG, but it's not as great against the Panzer Grenadiers because, you know, of the bazookas. And on top of that, the MG42 and the Osttruppen just kill the infantry, and all you have left at the end is bazookas. Basangas. Major now on the field for Desert Fox Rommel. Not going to be set up as a forward retreat point, I don't think. In that instance, could just simply be sent out onto the field to capture territory and get some experience, perhaps, in fights. Because remember, if you're not going to be using your Major for much, it could add veterancy 3, which it doesn't have to get by fighting. It gets veterancy like by proxy, just by being around fighting units. You can actually see him there already getting veterancy because of the Steward. But that would allow you to lock down some territories, which can potentially be useful. I mean, this point in the front can be locked down from maybe an angle even from over here, even though you probably don't want to do that. But, you know, there's things that you can do with that instance that can kind of work. So anyways, up in the north, we hear an engagement. Rifles going off against Osttruppen. Flamethrower doing a lot of work, and the Osttruppen probably going to be losing that engagement. Osttruppen across there on the fuel point, capturing. Behind that, we have the Steward and the Major pushing forward, supporting the Captain, so a lot of ranking officers there. Rifle squad retreating from the left-hand side, very low in health, but managing to recover the MG42. Nice little steal there for Desert Fox Rommel, the Osttruppen, and the Panzer Grenadiers giving chase, trying to rectify that injustice and kill the intrepid Americans as they steal their weapons of war. Left-hand side, Rifle squad going to be capturing the fuel point as well, as this one captures fuel as well, so very nice. Victory points 361 to 341, 20-point difference, anybody's game at this stage. Osttruppen and Panzer Grenadiers just pushing straight forward, getting right in front of everything. Gonna be throwing some grenades? No. Panzer Grenadiers squad forced to retreat quickly, flamethrower bursts going off. Osttruppen taking some damage, and the Steward moving up straight into the line of sight of that pack gun. Takes a shot to the face. Will a second shot fly? No, and manages to break line of sight by that hedge there, and the Steward stays alive. So it's a little tank. It's not that strong, but it's, you know, it's been able to take some hits there by the pack gun and stay alive. Close call at the beginning where it lost its weapon, but still there. Pile squad and Osttruppen squad engaging the rifles. The rifles taking quite a bit of damage here. The flamethrowers working against each other. And the Pile squad down to one man. Going to be forced to retreat, but potentially picked off here by the rifle squad. If they focus fire, they may actually take it off. No, it looks like they're going to leave it alive. And the flamethrowers now going to be focusing on the Osttruppen squad. Flamethrower burst continues to go off. And the rifles could win that, however. Ooh. Railway artillery getting called in right into the center. Not sure what it was targeting. I'm assuming maybe the MG. MG does retreat, and we have some rifles as well. The rifles on the left-hand side do end up retreating, as we saw some Osttruppen squad coming up to support their other members, and they all make it out of their rifles. Doing tactical maneuvers, jumping over the fence and getting straight on top of those Osttruppen. The rear echelon squad behind him taking the brunt of the damage. Down to one man, forced to retreat, but the flamethrower burst now doing a lot of work. We see a white phosphorus barrage getting called in. Oh, right on top of all these Osttruppens. Very nice. It does not look like Vesat realizes this. And there goes the hit of the flames of the white phosphorus. All the squads getting brought down to a sliver of health, forced to retreat. And the med bunker's going to have a lot of work behind it. Very nice artillery there for Fox Rommel. Down to 1 man on that rear echelon squad, forced to retreat through the smoke. The phosphorus gets down to 1 health, takes a shot, and down goes a Osttruppen squad as Fox Rommel picks himself up another kill. I believe another Osttruppen squad had died at some point, but I mean, they're just Osttruppen squads. They're not really that important. I mean, and more importantly would have been to see the kill of the MG, but we saw the retreat with the weapon in hand, so it's not that critical to see it either. So Fox Rommel now in great shape, having a triple cap going against Vesat. Vesat just doesn't have anything, and he hasn't gotten any vehicles. Again, I don't understand why he's gone for the tech as he did. I mean, now he has tier 3. He has a lot of fuel, and he can afford a tank now, but I mean, why did he build tier 1? I mean, he built tier 2, which again is normally what you do go for. And he got a Panzer Grenadier squad and a pack gun, which is fine. Usually, though, you want to get maybe like a quick 222 or the half track, even though, like I said before, I think that the half track is not going to be seeing a lot of play with the change that it received, where it no longer reinforces. If it has a flamethrower, that is. Ooh, nasty shots flying. Stewart moving up behind. These guys are so clumped up. Stewart, though, unable to capitalize as he does not have howitzer shots, and it can only do so much with its little main gun. But yeah, I mean, usually, like, the point, basically, of Osttruppen, as far as, you know, going straight Osttruppen and not, you know, combining arms, is simply that you can skip your tier 1 and go to tier 2. So I don't understand what he was doing. Maybe one of you can tell me what he was doing and has more understanding, you know, better vision than I do, but I just think that was a big mistake. It defeated the point, basically. So anyway, Stewart moving straight to the center, getting right in the, well, actually moving past the arc of the pack gun. The Panzer IV now catching the Stewart. The pack gun going to be able to return fire, and the Stewart may die here. Shot flies, gets a good hit, and the Panzer IV retaliates, and down goes the Stewart. So a nice pickup there for Vesat. This could give him the swing that he needs to bring him back into the game. However, there is a pack gun and the captain with the bazookas nearby, so this rifle squad brought down to 1 man as the Panzer IV goes for some crushing. Goes for the drive-by and then moves back. Rear echelon squad is inside the house, and the Panzer IV will be taking some shots into the house. However, that's not going to matter too much. We do have, of course, an EC8 on the field for Fox Rommel, which will easily outclass and outgun the Panzer IV. Although that shot there wasn't that impressive. Would have expected more. There you go. That's a nice place shot. Gets a good hit. Panzer IV down to about half health. The EC8 now on pursuit. No, it's going to let it live for now. But makes itself known like you shall not pass. Rifles on the left-hand side going to be trying to stop the big blob of Osttruppens. That's a lot of work for them, and they do have heavy cover, so they're able to do something, but not too much. On the other side, the captain is trying to provide some support with its bazookas, but the bazooka shots just fly wide. Rifle squad down to 3 men, getting flanked here by Osttruppen. Going to be forced to retreat, but the damage has been done here. Down to 184 points for Vesat, so Desert Fox managing to basically double make double point difference. I don't know how to say it. Like, yeah, basically he has twice as many points now than Vesat. And Vesat is not actually capturing the point. A little bit of a mistake there. He leaves the squad a little bit on the side of not capturing that point. We do hear the railway artillery getting called in here into the center. What it was hitting, I don't know. I mean, we still have the MG, we still have the PAG, we still have the AT gun, so I don't exactly know what he was trying to aim at. There may have been some units around there, but the shack does collapse to the shockwaves of the explosion, but that's about it. So now finally the point on the left-hand side does get decapped by Vesat, slowing down the tick, but he is down to 149 points, which is not a lot, really. You can easily lose the game at that stage. Rifles up in the north, hiding behind the hedge, waiting for anything to move in that direction. Another Panzer IV getting brought in for Vesat. I mean, that's exactly my point. Like, this is what he needed to do. Like, basically, like, use the Osttruppen to stall for his tech. and then get, you know, like Panzer IVs and tanks and stuff to bring him through, which he's doing now, 25 minutes into the game. Which I don't understand why. Okay, that's fine. He's still obviously a better player than I am. So left-hand side, we did see an Osttruppen squad retreating. I'm not sure if it was this one or it died. But the rifle squad is going to be capturing the point again. On the right-hand side, nobody is going for that victory point. This Panzer IV is moving around and patrolling. Now it's moving out of the way, so it won't be able to support the Osttruppen. But again, with the triple cap, those 150 points bleed very, very quickly. You almost have no time. 125 points left for the Vesat. Panzer IV moves into the center, taking some shots at the rifles. Only hitting the truck that they are taking cover behind. Will eventually destroy it, as it does in that second shot, and the rifles are exposed. But again, now with the EC-8 moving on top of it, shot flies, gets a nice hit there on the side of that Panzer IV, and the Panzer IV still focusing on the rifles. Now going to be focusing back on the EC-8, but with an anti-tank rifle grenade landing on it. There goes the... No, there goes. There goes. There goes. Wow, it takes a while. There goes the engine of the Panzer IV, and the EC-8 should be able to finish it off before it retreats. The pack gun is as well not turning itself around to defend the Panzer IV. Now it does. The EC-8 does not have a shot. Panzer Grenadiers with Trex move up, but the rifles are right on top of them, and they do force a retreat. Shots continue to fly. Pack gun does get a nice shot there on the side, and oh, it hits the Teller mine right in front. And that's actually pretty bad for Fox Rommel. He does have another EC-8 on the field, which is okay, but it only just now got in there. But we now have 2 Panzer IVs on the field for Vesat, so yeah, I mean, this could actually still work out pretty well for him. The thing is, though, he needs those victory points. He did recover the one on the right-hand side in the north, so he slows the bleed to 1 point per tick, which gives him some time, but he needs the cap, and he needs the cap now. Rifles on the left-hand side engaging Osttruppen. They're going to win that engagement easily. EC-8 moving through the 8. It's easy. It's an 8. And the rear echelons sitting there on the point. Rifles inside the house. Rear armor getting exposed there by the Panzer IV. Shots fly from the EC-8. Gets a good hit. Rifle squad going to be getting another anti-tank rifle grenade on the Panzer IV. Getting its engine damaged, but the Panzer IV will just move back to base. Pack gun turns around, and it should be fine. Captain with his bazooka now moving in to relieve the units inside the house. And the bazookas will be able to do quite a bit of work against the Panzer IVs. Although the Panzer IV is just... there it goes. There goes the shots. There goes the hits. EC-8 going to be moving up as the Panzer IV is just sitting there taking damage. 70 points left for Vesat. On the right-hand side, we hear rifles and Major moving together. EC-8 moves up, takes a good shot there at the Panzer IV, but only gets shot back by the pack gun and the Panzer IV itself. House in the center is very low in health, very rickety and prone to collapsing. Panzer Grenadiers moving back and taking some good shots there on the rear of the EC-8. The EC-8 is going to be forced to move out of the way. Shots flying, not managing to get a hit on the Panzer Grenadiers. And inside the house, we still have these guys. Over on the right-hand side, Major capturing the fuel. Rifles capturing the victory point. And another rifle squad going for the munitions, as we do have an MG42 hold up inside the big mansion on the far north of the right-hand side of the map. Smoke getting popped by things. I don't know what popped the smoke here. Oh, probably the EC-8, right? No. And the Osttruppen and Panzer Grenadiers are forced to retreat from the center as they are stopped a little bit cold there. 50 points remain for Vesat. Osttruppen squad forced to retreat, and with a triple cap going for Desert Fox Rommel, that is going to come to a close very quickly. So yeah, I mean, I think Vesat didn't do the build right. Either he was thinking something else, or I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you can see the strength of it. Obviously, that's why people have been doing it for a while. But yeah, Captain gets killed there in the center as the flamethrowers go off on it. But at this stage, with 26 points left and a triple cap still going off for Desert Fox Rommel, I don't think he's gonna care too much. Osttruppen squad dashing to the right-hand side, trying to go for that victory point. They may be able to decap it, but even then, I think the points are going to be too much. Major moves itself up, going to be probably sacrificing itself here in the game as he just sits on top of the point, making sure that the points bleed as quickly as possible. 8 points left, nobody's going to be killing here. And with 5 points left, one more tick goes down, bringing the points to 2. And with that, another tick signifies the end of the game. And that is all she wrote. And that is an annoying sound. Let's move over here, and this is a little bit quieter. So there you go, guys. didn't quite work out there for Vesat. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.